Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello and welcome to another Garfield of the Week. It's the YouTube show where I talk to you about every week's Garfield as it comes out. I do every video the day of. I don't know what the comic is ever going to be. I haven't gotten that access yet. I'm working on it. I usually get stonewalled whenever I try to talk to anybody about it. When it comes to getting, like a media badge or an investigative journalism badge or anything like that. I don't really know how the world works. So, today's Garfield comic is like it has like a meta joke to it, referencing old Garfield. And as I was reading it for the first time, I was looking at the other comics that are printed in the Oregonian. And some of the comics today are appealing. Some of the comics today are very, very good and very classic feeling. They feel really like... It feels like it feels like the people that are making these things are starting to care a little bit more about the medium. Maybe they're getting maybe they're getting more creative freedom from publishers or something. But there's a lot of really good comics in today's Sunday run of the Oregonian. They're visually impressive. The jokes are good in the visually impressive ones. And since today's Garfield comic is kind of meta, I thought I would go a little meta and talk a little bit about how cool some of these are. And I'll read them a little bit, talk about it, and I'll show them as well. So the first one that got me was Rhymes with Orange by Hilary B. Price. And when I'm talking about like being a cool comic, like there's tons of these today. Look at all these like 1 and 2, just like single panel, maybe double panel, like big beautiful ones. The one that really sold me on today was, believe it or not, today's Foxtrot. And look at the size of that. It's like one big beautiful drawing. It's really cool. I mean, it's not too far away from Talking Heads, but it's still... I like that. I would cut this out and put it on my fridge, you know what I mean? This is like... It's pretty. And I'll show close-ups of everything as well. Feels like nature is healing. Another really good one, which you can probably see from all the way over there. If I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Baby Blues. Topped by Luann today. Look at this. Baby Blues. It's only 3 panels, but look at the blocking on this. It's so refreshing. It's Watterson-esque, right? Everything today feels very, feels like the way that Sunday comics should. There's a ton of space. People need to be using it. And whether that means packing in a bunch of details or going the opposite direction and being a little minimalist, I appreciate both extremes. I got really sidetracked. Let's go back. Jesus Christ! Let's go back to Rhymes with Orange. So it starts, and we've got a dog and a cat, and they're standing outside of like a cafe. And there's a sign that says, "Today's special, angel hair and meatballs." Now, that I'm reading that the correct way, but the way that it's shown is a, don't dead, open inside kind of joke. It says angel meat and hairballs, and in the next panel, the cat says, "I'll have the angel meat." And the dog says, "I'll have the hairballs." It's good. It got a good laugh out of me. Moving on, Foxtrot. They're walking in the rain. They're walking to school. The older brother says, you could take your shower before walking to school. And the younger brother is like lathering up his hair and wearing swim trunks. And he's showering in the rain. He says, "It's more efficient this way." I don't know what it is about it. It's just refreshing. It's refreshing to get away from the format, the average format. And and Garfield is at the end of the comics. Garfield is, like, as you open it, naturally, Garfield comes at the end, and I was really hoping for, I don't know, I was hoping for just something different. I was hoping for something that wasn't just 6 panels of, John talking to Garfield, and Garfield making some quip. It was that. It was exactly what it always has been. Is Jim Davis still in control? Open up the floodgates, man. Let somebody do something wacky with Garfield. Get a guest artist in or something. This is a guy who always does it well. I don't know how widespread this comic is, but we get one here called Bizarro. Today's Bizarro is awesome. The first panel opens up with just people sitting on a plane, and then it's just one big panel. It's one big panel, and there's a bunch of geese sitting in seats, and one of the geese says, "Would you mind switching seats with me? We're trying to stay in formation." And you can even see that they were almost sat in triangular formation. This guy's really good on visual jokes. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo situation. He packs in a lot of detail. Bizarro's one you definitely got to check out. That's one you can probably find online pretty easily. Today's Heartwarmer, Luann. Look at that. I showed it earlier, but look at that. One big panel. Their dog is sleeping. The mom says, "Look at Puddle's tail go. Wonder what's giving him such a happy dream." And then Luann says, "Food. That's all he cares about." And then it goes into the dream, and he's like a puppy, and he's thinking about all of his fun times he had as a puppy. Sleeping with Dad, going on car rides, getting walked by Luann. Heartwarmer, that's a good one. Another one. I've always loved Baby Blues. I can't remember the name of the baby. Wendy. They've all got really boring names. She's crying really loud enough to blow the mom's hair back. And so mom points her at one of those windmills, and it spins it like crazy. And then in the last panel she says, "I found a new source of clean energy." And then, reader, you get to read Garfield, which has a few redeeming qualities today, but not a lot. I'll be honest. Not a lot of redeeming qualities in today's Garfield. The best part of today's Garfield is the title panel, which is just like it's a kind of a t-shirt, just the top of a t-shirt, like right here. And you can see Garfield's head right on the t-shirt, and then you can see the tag on the inside of the t-shirt. And it says Garfield, XXXXXXL. It's a big shirt. It's funny. It's a good title. Panel, right? That's I haven't seen that one before. It's a little different. Okay. Garfield walks in to the panel, and John says, "Huh." And Garfield says, "Huh, what?" And John says, "How come you never walk on all fours anymore? Did you forget how?" And Garfield says, "Oh, please. Just because I don't walk on 4 legs doesn't mean I can't. Observe." And you don't really get an action or anything. You just get one panel that says thud. And in the last panel, Garfield has fallen onto his face because he can't walk on all fours anymore. John says, "A little rusty, Garfield?" And Garfield says, "You didn't see that." Thanks for listening to me ramble about comics today. I've been really kind of absorbed into comics over the last year. I always have been, but I've been thinking about them a lot more. They've always been a huge part of my life. I've always loved reading comics. I'm sure most of you have. I'm sure most people have enjoyed reading comics. It's kind of one of those things that just reaches out to people in different ways. It's kind of like cartoons or music, you know, in a general sense. It touches everybody, but it affects everybody at different levels. I hope that Garfield can heal a little bit. I would love to see some more complex Garfield comics. I don't think it'll ever happen, but if it does, you'll be the first to know because I'll be covering it every Sunday. So go check out today's Sunday comics. Some of them are super, super good. Have fun reading them. Have fun looking at them. I seriously might put that Foxtrot comic right onto my fridge because it's big and beautiful. If you're interested in this kind of content, I have other videos that have talked more in depth about comics. I have one video about title cards in comics and their role that they played and kind of the history of comics in a little fashion. So thanks for checking out Garfield of the Week. I've got a big surprise for next week. Hopefully it goes through because that's going to be our 1-year anniversary. You better believe it. All right, well, I gotta go to work. Have a good day. See you later, everybody.